This is where we hold for our 30-second ad break.
This episode of Philly by Night brought to you by Pentex. Pentex, it doesn't matter that the government is shut down. We still own you.
It's true. It's true. All right, here we go. Welcome to this session of Philly by Night. This is our first session for my newest table, the New Guard, and the first of 3 official starts of the season. So, when last we left our fair city, we had some major changes. The former Prince Sexton has gone missing, his whereabouts known only to a small handful of individuals. His darling wife has taken the throne in his stead and claimed praxis in her own name. It's been some months since we last checked in on the court of Philadelphia. In game time, today's session takes place March the 2nd, 2025. So for those of us counting down at home, there are 18 days until the hungry times begin again. As the sun sets below the horizon and sinks beneath the Philly skyline, we are going to check in on the first of our kindred rising from day sleep, which is coincidentally enough, Mr. Pierce. It has been a couple of days since your big meeting. So, as Thomas rouses from day sleep, he does find himself getting... no, actually, I think you are one of the ones that did not get hungry. Oh, you did get a little hungrier, but you were able to call on a member of your herd to get that slaked back down to 1. And once Thomas has taken care of his hunger and gotten himself prepared for the night, he would get a text on his phone that just tells you what time you are to appear at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Until then, you've got a little bit of time. So did you want to check in on Drew? Are you bringing Drew with you?
Yeah, he's going to go check on Drew and probably bring her with.
Okay. So you exit your bedroom. You head down the hall to the guest bedroom that is serving as Drew's bedroom now. You give a little knock, knock, knock. And Drew, what does Thomas see when he enters?
Literally, clothes everywhere, as if she has tried on every single thing in her closet 7 or 8 times and settled on something like what she used to wear when she was working with Vasile. She looks like a doll, and she is holding one of the dolls.
Are we doing okay tonight, Drew?
How many more people do we have to meet?
I am not sure tonight.
Do we have to meet people all the time?
Sometimes we do.
That seems unwieldy.
Okay, so yeah. If you look at it this way, you can learn things from just about everybody that you meet. Sometimes good things, sometimes what not to do.
Okay. So, sorry about that, folks. We just had a little bit of background chatter. So, I take it you'll be heading downstairs to hop in, baby, and head over to the museum? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, first things first, Thomas, on your way over to the museum, can you go ahead and give me either a composure or resolve and drive? Ooh.
Yeah, so if you said anything, I totally missed it.
Oh boy. I'm just looking for either a composure and drive or a resolve and drive to get over to the art museum.
Okay. I got 2.
Okay. The drive is eventful. There are a fair few folk who just simply do not know how to navigate Philadelphia streets. But without stressing you out too badly, you're able to make it over to the art museum. From there, we will pivot to our next player. Vesper.
Hello. Good morning.
You rouse from day sleep in the immaculately presented studio at the Neverland Art Collective. You are able to rouse and blush without issue, though it might behoove you next time to not fall into torpor above the brand new soundboard.
Look, she's an artist. It's what she does. She just got a little carried away.
It happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us. So, are there any special preparations you go through before you start your night?
She is going to look through her phone. Very likely, her makeup artist, from back home, sent her like an idea of what they'd like her to dress as. Not too dissimilar to what Merrick put her in. She's gonna be very kind of huffy and groan and bitch about it. Like, stupid fucking bimbo Barbie. As she's like fixing her hair, following the makeup routine, and getting dressed. And she is going to take a photo, like an outfit of the day photo, in just a corner so that there's no identifying information. Like,
Okay.
in the background.
Yep. Not that hard to take care of. You get that taken care of. When you see the light above your door flashing. Now, you would know this is a classic setup in studios. You don't want buzzers or alarms or anything like that, but you want a way to get a hold of somebody that is inside of a soundproof booth. So it's easy to assume that somebody is outside of your door currently pressing the little button beside it to get your attention.
She's going to, take that last photo, start drafting up her post, send that off, and she's just gonna go and open the door.
Standing before you, poised and perfect as always, is your whip. Oh, look at you. You look like somebody dragged you through Pepto-Bismol.
I was thinking more so like strawberry shortcake, what with the white and cream. But
it works for you. Somebody else might have difficulty pulling that outfit off. Certainly adventurous.
what can I say? You have to take risks from time to time.
And we all have to take orders. Speaking of orders, the prince has summoned you to the art museum.
Already?
Yes. It's finally time to start putting in work.
Her eyebrows get a quirk. I am so thankful to be able to serve our prince.
Oh, you don't need to be sarcastic and shitty with me, honey. I know we both hate it, but we're useful, so that's what we'll be.
Always, and she's gonna, give a glance over at her nails. Well, as long as it shouldn't be too rough, right? I'd hate to break a nail.
At most, you'll be pledging a little oath, meeting your coterie mates, getting your new assignment. It's no different than working with a new group. And he kind of gestures into the studio.
And she'll just smile, roll her eyes a little bit, 'cause there's no way he knows. And she's going to turn around and reach for her bag. It's probably sitting up at the front, right near the entrance. And she's going to close the door behind her. Well, no sense in wasting moonlight.
Excellent. I can take you over if you like.
She's going to give him a deadpan stare. What, in the unmarked van?
Oh, no, I thought we could take my personal vehicle this evening.
Oh, good. Yes, I really would not like to be crammed in a van again. That was unkind, as she fixes her hair.
So, Laurent leads you through, down and out into a sizable parking lot beside the building. And you see, for those of you that might have caught this, are you aware of the Bentley from Good Omens?
Mm-hmm.
But it is all done in red and gold. Clearly, this is a vehicle that is only taken out on the most special of occasions.
Oh. It's an antique.
He will look over at you, raise an eyebrow, and lean in very close. She's a distinguished lady, and you will treat her with respect.
I wouldn't dream of doing anything otherwise.
And he will
Classic.
open the passenger side door for you before getting into the driver's side himself and whisking you off to the Philadelphia Museum of Art. We are going to now move over to our next player in this little scene this evening. Effigy, you rouse from day sleep at the Nosferatu clan haven. It's been a few days. You've had about a week to get acclimated to the city. Rat Tail's been showing you hither and yon all of the interesting ways to get in and out of the haven unseen, places where you would be able to feed, things of that nature. Just, getting you accustomed to the city. But tonight, as you rouse from day sleep and you exit the little individual room that you've been given, Rat Tail is puttering around the haven, his rat perched atop his shoulder, just kind of sitting there, eating a Cheez-It, hanging out. Do you have any special preparations that you would like to do before the evening starts? You are muted, good friend.
Aware. I was
Okay.
trying to see if I wanted to pop anything right now.
Let's see what you've got. I mean,
The only thing I was thinking is the walking in silence thing, but I don't know that that's necessary at the moment.
yeah, you don't necessarily need Silence of Death. It is a handy thing to have on most cases, but
We're just meeting people at the moment.
yeah.
So yeah, I would say probably not. Just he'd probably walk around. He would be in his little cubicle. If I'm remembering right, we had kind of like an open space with just like curtains blocking it off.
Yeah. Well, they're like very simple walls. It's like plywood and 2x4s. We're not working with anything classy here.
So he would kind of look around and kind of gauge if anybody is looking in his direction, and he would pull a slight little sliver of glass out of his sleeve, and he would sit there and look at it and just kind of be doing one of these at his mask he's got on. And then once he's kind of like sure of his appearance, which for those listening or watching, Effigy's appearance is that of almost like a Slender Man blank face. His eyes are kind of like almost scratched out. That's where it's just the spaces that used to be eyes, and his mouth is stitched shut, except for like a little spot like right here. It's like the Joker all the way up to his almost where his top of his cheekbones would be. He's a fairly slender but muscular man, but his appearance, his skin is translucent to where you could, if you were close enough, you could see the veins and the muscle texture underneath.
He is translucent.
Yes. Other than that, I think he would just kind of make his way to where he needs to go.
As you're heading out of your cubicle, Rat Tail will remind you that you have a meeting with the prince this evening at the Museum of Art. But that there are numerous ways to get there, and there is a tunnel that leads almost directly from the Museum of Art to the Nosferatu clan haven. So you would be able to travel underground unnoticed.
Right. Try to get his voice right. Hold on. Rat Tail. What would be the most direct tunnel to travel to this meeting?
He will lead you over to what looks to be a set of Bilko doors. And he unlocks them, opens them up, and gestures down to the tunnel. Just keep straight, and it'll take you right to where you need to go.
Straight on till morning. Understood.
And with that, he lets you head on into the tunnel. You have a feeling that while he is not following you directly, there is a good chance that he does still have an eye on you. Just in case. And lastly, but not leastly, we move over to our our final player joining the scene, Hawk. Where have you been havening these last few nights? Have you been over at the Chantry?
No, he's been at his own haven.
Okay. So,
Yeah, back at his own apartment.
Hawk, when you first rouse from day sleep, you are hit with you remember your daymares tonight. You are hit with the realization that you remember everything in crystal clarity. It is like a dagger in your soul. And the hunger rises almost immediately. Let's see. We had you at...
I was at
Okay,
hunger
so
3, but then I took a dot, so I'm back down to hunger 2.
Since you are technically rousing and blushing at and hitting hunger 3 as you're getting up and ready for the evening, you don't just experience the knowledge of your daymares. You feel it. You feel those wires. It is a visceral memory. But as quickly as it sets on, it does fade. You are able to call in for a bag of blood, and it is brought to you. Now, do you have them bring it directly to your haven, or do you meet them somewhere?
I meet them somewhere.
Okay. So you're able to meet them, get the bag of blood. Are you taking it back to your haven to eat it, or are you just finding a dark corner that you can just nom real quick?
He's gonna play it safer than sorry. So he'll take his car and head back to his apartment to consume.
Okay. And after you have finished feeding, you do feel the hunger die a bit. It's not gone, but it is less. As your phone chimes that you are to present yourself to the prince at the Museum of Art. It's time for your new coterie assignment. So, how are you getting over... first things first, are there any special preparations that you would like to make for the night?
I feel like with first session I won't need to make Patricia. So I think I'm good with that.
Probably best if you don't bring Patricia along.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's anything that he would do to prepare, because he's, to his knowledge, this is just a meet and greet and reassignment. So he's not really paying, like, he's not, there's no need to prepare anything. Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and give me either a composure and drive or a resolve and drive to get over to the art museum.
I'm giving you composure and drive because that's the difference of 2 dice. Double checking.
Okay. You were able to make it over to the museum. Yeah, you were able to make it over to the museum with minimal stress. It still jangles the nerves a bit to drive through Philly some nights, but you are already an individual on edge. So, now that we have all gathered at the Museum of Art, each of you would be in turn led through the halls of this grand marble and granite cathedral, this monument to the arts, and in turn led down into that oh so familiar sea of marble white, where you would find your prince waiting for you. And Prince Sexton, how are you dressed this evening?
The prince is dressed to the tens. Her abaya and head covering, white silk. Across her face, a skeletal mask that appears to have been made from ceramic and gold. The mask is a half skeleton, done in white and blue Delft style. There are spikes coming out from either side and spikes that make a crown, all of which are gold. And tonight, she does not sit in the ottoman in front of the throne. She sits on the throne. Good evening.
So, as each of you were brought into the throne room by one of the many attendants of Elysium, you get to see this grand sight of Alicia in her full glory, sat atop. So, for only two of us, we would recognize this as the throne that John used when he was prince, and how strange it truly looks, because John was this massive mountain of a man and his throne reflected that. So to see Alicia perched upon this throne that was made for somebody many feet and many pounds heavier than her, it serves to make her look both smaller and more frightening at the same turn. And I turn this over to my players. The prince has greeted you and asked you how you all are this evening.
Thomas will approach and bow to Alicia and encourage Drew to do the same. Good evening, my friends.
Oh,
Vesper-
Drew's gonna do it like her life depends on it.
Good.
Vesper will probably step forward next, and she has a short dress on, but with the tail ends, she's going to also levy a curtsy. Good evening, Prince Sexton. Pleasure to see you again.
I think Effigy would walk forward, and he's trying to remember that they had said that they don't necessarily want the bowing unless it's in a formality. Kind of feels like a formality, so he kind of does what, if anybody's ever done any performing arts, you might say is almost stage performance level, where he kind of bends almost 90 degrees right at the hip, very sharp, very pointed, rises, makes eye contact. Good evening, Prince.
Good evening, cousin.
Hawk, because he knows that Alicia is aware of what happened during the superb owl, so he doesn't feel like he needs to apologize for his lack of niceness. But he just gives a simple, like, kind of half bow, like, like when you kind of like tilt your head and from like mid chest down, you kind of give a half bow, and he just goes, "Evening, Prince Sexton."
Now, this is a time for formalities.
And with that, he'll do the proper full bow.
So, Prince Sexton, you have gathered these individuals together tonight to hopefully forge them into a coterie. What oath does the prince ask them to give? Is it in the standard other city style where you pledge yourself to the tower, its defense, all of that, or is it something more in the vein as what was done under your husband?
Well, first, I reckon they ought to know what they're getting into.
Very good, very good. And what is it that they're getting into?
I pulled y'all together because most of you have the people skills. Those of you who do not, better learn them real quick. Then she's just kind of staring at Hawk. I intend for this coterie to be my diplomats and to be information gatherers. These are different nights. We have different challenges. And this time she's going to stare directly at Thomas. Some of them might even be in the guise of family.
So it would seem that you've all been brought together to be half spy coterie, half diplomatic coterie. And again, I ask the prince, is this a coterie that is going to be sworn to service of the prince and the city, or a coterie in service of the tower?
This is a coterie in service to the throne of Philadelphia.
Okay. And we will go through each one, and we will kind of speed run this a little bit. So we will start with Vesper. Do you accept and repeat this oath, pledging loyalty to the throne of Philadelphia?
There's a moment where there's like that expectant look from her, and Vesper's going to ruminate on the words. Would she be able to know, etiquette wise, if asking questions before she swears to an oath, no different than a contract from her or to her, that she should probably ask questions first?
Give me an intelligence and etiquette.
All right. 2 successes.
You think real hard. Unfortunately, your etiquette lessons have never covered oaths and princes. You do know that in contract negotiations, there's usually a little bit of back and forth. But that's contract negotiations with mortals who you are standing before, if the stories are true, a woman that could tear you in half with her bare hands and never once change a shade.
So she's going to take a moment. Like, you can see her jaw kind of tensing, unclenching as she ruminates. Like, this may imply that they're on the same playing field, and they very much aren't. And so she's just gonna rub her temple, and she is going to nod. She's gonna nod. She's not gonna repeat it, but she's going to nod once.
Okay. How does the prince take that?
Remind me that I need to have Laurent school you on the proper ways to address a superior officer. Just like a court of law, darling, it's got to be verbal.
Right. Forgive my manners. And she'll look down. She'll look down from her face.
I will remind you that this oath does not include language that would bind you to a person, but to the throne and the city.
Okay, so she'd be a little less. She'd be a little less concerned, and she'll repeat it. She'll repeat the oath and accept it.
Okay. Next, we will move on to Thomas and Drew. Do you take the oath and swear your fealty to the throne and the city?
Yes, he does.
And would Drew follow in her mentor's footsteps?
Drew is all about that life. Again, like her life depends on it. She even swears for the doll for good measure.
Just in case.
My heart. Steaming right along to Hawk. Hawk, are you... This is very similar to the oath you took under Prince John.
Yes.
Just more Aliciafied.
Yeah. I, of course, promise to do so. And Alicia would know how heavy a promise is for him specifically. But I do have a question in regards to, are we to be afforded the same conveniences would be too harsh of a word, but are we to be afforded the same statutes, maybe? I believe that might be a proper
No.
word for the same as with the old, or they're new?
No, you are not. You ought to be diplomats. And you
Which
ought
means...
to be
Yes.
recruit.
Which means you can't just kill your way out of problems.
Which means
when
you
was
do
Hawk
not have
ever
the
the
right
one
of
to be like,
destruction.
all right.
Here we
It
go.
wasn't until halfway through the coterie did I realize I had that, so that is fine by me. And so diplomats, information gatherers. Thank you.
Okay. And lastly, but not leastly, we find our way to Effigy. Effigy, you've been in other Camarilla cities before. You've been in other coteries before under many different princes. This is not your bog standard Camarilla coterie oath. Like this is new. This is different. Not necessarily bad, but different. Will you take the oath?
He walks up. My prince. This. I love the way you say that. This is unusual, but I like it. I accept.
I am on this throne as alone, cousin. When my husband is his right proper self again, the seat will fall back under his control. Feel like I'd be doing you dirty if your desire was to serve a Nosferatu prince, and I gave up the seat to a blue blood.
This oath is to you and you alone, then I gather.
This oath is to the throne of Philadelphia, cousin. So that would be to whomever sits in it.
So this is my concern. This city has been through quite a few people on the throne. What per se would my oath be if per se a blue blood not of our choosing were to take?
Well, then, of course, you break whatever oath you gave, which should be fine. But what I'm telling you is, the reason it's phrased like that is because I'm going to get my ass out of this seat as fast as I can and get my husband's ass back in it.
Understood. I still accept.
Good deal.
And he backs away, bowing as he steps back.
There is one last individual amongst you left to take an oath.
Laurent?
And the prince summons Laurent forward, and he gives an altogether different oath. One that signifies him as your coterie's sponsor.
We on Malkavian time again, Laurent.
I have it under good authority that Virgil should be waiting for us at Poison Heart.
Very well, Monsieur Dalbel.
And he gives a small bow before turning and very rapidly exiting the room. Vesper, are you watching your whip? Like, how closely are you watching him?
Like a hawk.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a wits and insight. You can add your specialty if you would like.
Hey God, because Hawk's gay, he's also watching him. but for like different kind of reasons. But like he's also watching Laurent for gay reasons.
Hawk, you useless twink.
Correct.
Disgusting. Disgusting. You're not the one.
Mop it up.
You said wits and insight specialty?
Wits and insight with your specialty.
No, not the spray bottle. He's just looking. He's just looking. Can't the man gaze upon art? We are in a museum.
And Laurent is very pretty. He's very symmetrical, very perfect.
Correct. I am simply looking at the art installations. I can double tap. I can simp and also be productive.
Man, I hope you like bullying because you're gonna get it.
Vesper, you would immediately see what's going on with Laurent. He's not trying very hard to hide it. Mm-hmm. He does not want to be in this room. He does not want to be in front of Alicia. Not because he dislikes her, but because he seems viscerally uncomfy in the room.
He wants to
Typical.
So you would also notice that he stops just outside of the doors.
He just sits there.
Like he's almost like he's waiting for y'all.
She's gonna like quirk an eyebrow, like look back, quirk an eyebrow, and then look forward. Just plaster on that perfect PR smile.
And the prince gives you your permission to leave.
Another bow before he turns to the others. Does anyone need a ride? I have my own car.
Vesper's gonna fold her hands. I've already been in enough vans. No, thank you. And she's gonna turn on her heel and walk out.
Thomas is going to.
Impala, but right.
Impala, you say?
What kind of Impala?
It's a 2001.
What year?
2001. It is not any pop culture reference. It's simply just
lacks any
basic
style or class. I think I will go somewhere else.
Boy, Hawk, I hope you like bullying.
all right.
No bullying. I just
thought I'd offer with the coterie mates, but if you have other modes of transportation, I suppose I will meet you there.
And I will ride with you. I will.
Apologies?
Apologies to you.
No, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Oh, I am sorry. Small lips, hard to articulate. I will ride with you. It was dry European humor. 2001, all the vehicles seem to look alike. But I would much rather ride. It was a bad joke.
No, it's all right.
This is awkward. I should just get in the car.
No worries. You're all
So,
right.
Vesper, Laurent leads you back to the Bentley. Thomas, Drew, y'all pile into Baby. Hawk and Effigy are riding together. Before you all depart, he would have handed you a business card for the Poison Heart, which seems to be this sketchy little, like, Ed Hardy-esque dive bar somewhere in the city. But it includes the address where you can plug it into GPS or just, happen to know the cityscape enough that you can navigate your way there. And you all arrive at, it's exactly what it says on the tin. It is one of these, it's not technically a dive bar when you come across it. It is what some gentrifying hipster believes a dive bar to look like. So Laurent would lead you around the side of the building, and there is a metal staircase that leads up to the second floor. Inside, you would find what looks to be a rather spacious 4 or 5 bedroom. Like, it takes up the entire second floor. It is a goodly sized apartment. There should be plenty of space for everybody should they need to use this in an emergency. This is going to be your coterie haven, so it is going to also function as a place where you could haven during the day if you needed to. And standing in the kitchen, pouring a cup of tea, is a gentleman in a very plain-looking suit. He does not wear a dress shirt underneath, just a black t-shirt, looking very simple, very plain. And he looks up, gives a smile. He goes, "Oh, I thought I was going to have more time for tea, but here you are." And he'll look at Laurent and give a small nod before Laurent turns on a heel and exits. Because he does not need to be here anymore.
Okay. Hawk watches.
The man steps out of the kitchen and kind of wipes his hands on the apron that you can now see before holding his hand out. He goes, "Hi, I'm Virgil Love, and I'm going to be your coterie shadow."
Charmed, Vesper, and she'll hold out her hand. Is he holding it vertical, or?
He's holding it out like he wants to shake hands.
Okay, she's going to kind of hold her hand with the palm side facing down and just almost like she's meeting a fan.
And he just kind of looks down at your hand, looks back up at you, kind of quirks his head to the side. And you watch his eyes cloud for a moment. But just a moment. And let me see what you have. Oh, you took heightened senses instead of sense the unseen. Okay. Well, then you don't get a roll. But as his eyes uncloud, he kind of gives you this almost pitying look. Before he just places one hand under yours, pats the top of it, says, "Welcome to the coterie," before moving along.
Hawk will head over and shake his hand. He saw what the man did to Vesper, and he has dealt with Cyrene, so he knows what it's at, like what type of, like, he's probably shred the soul or something.
Do you have sense the unseen?
Nah, I got heightened senses, buddy.
Okay, well, no roll for you then, sir.
Nope. And even if it was, he would have failed it on purpose because
But
it is.
he takes your hand, gives it a shake. You watch as his eyes cloud over momentarily. They clear again, and he gives you almost the same look that he gave Vesper. Welcome to the coterie.
Yeah. Pleasure. I don't need your pity, but I appreciate it. I will see myself inside.
And he moves along like that through Thomas and Effigy and Drew. Thomas, do you shake his hand?
No.
Okay.
Unless this is completely necessary, I'd rather not.
And he just kind of withdraws his hand and gives a little bow. Yeah, I know a lot of folks in your family don't do the touching. Sorry. It's fine.
And this
Drew
Same with
also
my
does
lord
not
as
shake his
well.
hand.
Okay. So neither Drew nor Thomas shake his hand. But he does still, you do still see his eyes cloud. And Thomas, when he looks at you, he doesn't have the same look on his face with Vesper as with Vesper and Hawk, but he does just kind of the corners of his mouth turn down just a little bit. Well, welcome to the coterie. But with Drew, he
Although
has
it's
that.
good.
Oh, you have Sense the Unseen?
Valentia has Sense the Unseen.
Okay, so go ahead and give me your wits and auspex, please.
Wits and Auspex. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Sorry, now I gotta find the nifty thing again. There it is, Box of Doom. Five successes.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to see that he's using Scry the Soul, but like he's not digging deep. It's just more of a cursory pass. He's not trying to drill down beyond like the most surface level of things that you could see.
No, thank you. I'd rather you didn't.
And he
Thomas is going to nod approvingly to Drew.
gives a nod. Sorry, force of habit. Before presenting his hand to Effigy.
Effigy would pull his. He's got a cloak on,
Right.
and it's got one of those really over the finger sleeves that he would pull up and just very animated. Here you go.
And he does not flinch. He shakes your hand. His eyes go cloudy. They clear again. He gives you a smile. Welcome to the coterie.
Thank you.
And he turns and toddles a little deeper into the apartment, finding himself in the living room. There's couches, a couple of chairs, enough to sit and be comfortable. And he shuffles around a couple of envelopes before pulling one out, opening it, pulling out the contents. Well, come on, please, come sit. We have some things to discuss.
Thomas is going to bring Drew over to sit next to him.
Hawk walks over and sits and goes, "Well, I do appreciate us getting down to business, if it is not so much to ask. Since you managed to look inside all of us, could we at least tell each other our names?"
Oh, well, that should be fairly easy. I'm Virgil Love.
Vesper will make her way inside where everybody is, and she is. Is there? So there's like couches. Is there like a one seat or like a chair?
There is.
Okay, she'll take the one person seat and cross one leg over the other. I believe I told you my name, did I not?
You would have all heard each other's names when you were giving the oaths.
And she'll just wave her hand. Vesper, it's a pleasure. Well, my friends call me Samantha, but you can call me Vesper.
Good evening, Vespa.
She'll give a little smile and small wave.
He gives a nod to Thomas because they've met once or twice,
True.
right?
No, I don't think they've ever met.
Oh, they haven't?
No.
Whoops.
Nope. They have not. You've heard of Thomas.
Okay. Do I know of his thing?
Which thing?
The sun thing?
No.
Okay, cool.
Actually, let me take a look at your outfit again there, Thomas, because I want to see just how difficult this role might be.
I believe his sleeves are down.
His sleeves are down, so really the only thing that you could possibly have out is the ring and the pendant. But that ring... Okay. 0. This is not going to be easy. I would like for you to give me an intelligence and occult.
Okay. Intelligence, occult. Do I get to add my kindred iconography?
You may add your kindred iconography. The difficulty is going to be 7.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. So I'm just, because I now need to count, because intelligence plus occult is a big dice pool for Elmo. Okay. So that's 3. That is 6. That is 11. If I take half, that's only going to be 4. Okay. I'm not going to blood surge because he's not actively looking for it. Notes.
Okay.
You said 6. I'm going to use a willpower.
I said 7.
Okay, so that's what I meant. So I'm going to use a willpower and re-roll those.
Okay.
Failure. There we go.
All right. Meets it, beats it. Normally, it is difficult to tell these things. Exceedingly difficult. But the Cult of Mithras, they can't help but using very specific iconography for things. And what could, to the casual observer, look like nothing more than a silver and gold ring with bull motif on it, you would recognize as a calling card of members of the cult of Mithras.
Yeah, he's kind of been trained to to spot this.
He has in fact had training.
Seeing that, he doesn't make any notion that he sees it, but that's going to be like a secret mouse tool that I need to talk to Alicia about later.
Yeah. So everybody's been introduced. Hawk has that little tidbit of information now. And Virgil is laying out the papers on the coffee table, kind of getting himself ready to go over some of the things that, well, some of the things that need taken care of in the city. Let's see. There is still the issue of, he lays everything out. He goes, so, one of our first tasks, we have had, just so many Ventru coming into the city. Thomas, you must be thrilled. And you can tell that, yes, I said it rather obviously, but like the way he says it is subtle, where you could almost believe that he's like, yeah, you must be thrilled to have so many family in the area. But there's also that undertone of like, oh, you must just be thrilled, buddy.
Thomas's expression will very much indicate that he is not thrilled. Yes, I'm so excited to see family again.
Well, like some folks are fond of saying, family is everything. And he goes back to the papers. Specifically, there are some folks that we want you to keep an eye on come your next family gathering. And he pulls out a, small stack of cards, like flashcards almost. And he passes them across the table to you. And you would notice that two of them, right off the top, are two ediles that just inform the praetor that they'll be making their way into the city. They will be welcomed with a board meeting when they arrive. But aside from that, there are still a few things that your predecessor coterie were unable to finish due to the changing political landscape, the war with the hunters, the literally everything that got thrown at them. It's clear when he says unfinished business, he doesn't mean it in a divisive or derogatory way. It's just like, hey, Philadelphia is a dumpster fire of a city, and I'm surprised they got as much accomplished as they did. But like, here's all the rest of the stuff that they weren't able to get around to because it was not as important at the time.
I think Vesper.
Yeah, Hawk's not taking like the way he says that. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, Hawk wasn't taking it as an insult, so he was just like, you're right, we didn't get shit done.
But you did.
I think at that point, Vesper would look between the Shadow and Hawk and go, who was the coterie that preceded us, and what ended up happening to them?
Well, Hawk, would you like to power word blah?
Sure. Hawk just looks over. Before this coterie, there was another one under the previous Prince Sexton, and it was made up of myself as well as a couple of others that helped him out during the war. We were given the task of basically helping establish locations and areas in the city, but due to literally everything, some stuff did have to get put on a lower priority list. And a lot of those priorities, my coterie mates focused more on the combat of it all because, well, they helped the former Prince Sexton with the war, so they are more accustomed to fighting their problems. So we dealt with a lot of that. Not to mention the Ferguses, not to mention the hunters, not to mention the werewolves, not to mention the anarchs. There was a lot going on.
Which brings me tidily to my next point that concerns you, Mr. Castillo. Your family has seen a sudden influx in this city as well. And I don't believe that there is, well, family is such a strong word in this case. But Tremere presence has seen a sizable uptick. And we'd like to know what it is they're up to.
Yes.
Oh.
I can give you the briefest if you'd like. Basically,
Why don't we... Oh, go ahead.
Basically, previous regime, the former regime decided to do a whole bunch of things that weren't exactly great. And so, while we've been cleaning up the mess, then there was the explosion of the Chantry and a plethora of other things, so I'm surprised it didn't come sooner.
More specifically, we're concerned with current events. Until
More specific, there are many current events.
There are a lot of Tremere coming into the city, and we want to know why. We want to know what they're doing.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll talk to you later about that.
And then he'll smile sweetly and look over at Vesper. We have had a great deal of your family coming into the city. Now, we know a lot of them have been coming up from the Lehigh Valley. And we would just like somebody who is, well, a little less Laurent to keep an eye on things.
She'll cover her lips as she lets a little giggle slip. He is a force and very knowledgeable.
He is certainly something. Sticky being top of the list.
He is something.
Yeah, he is. She'll. There's a map spread out, correct?
Oh yeah, there's a map of the city and places where, there are marked places hither and yon throughout the city.
She'll take a look at the map of Philadelphia. Notice that I don't think the Lehigh Valley's on that.
No, the Lehigh Valley is about an hour and a half to the north.
She'll nod, and she'll go, I don't know if I have many connections inside the Lehigh Valley, but anything to serve the prince, I'll find a way.
Now, all of you will be assisting each other in what capacities you can. You are, after all, a coterie. But we don't want people running off and doing things solo. That's how this city got into a great deal of trouble not all that long ago.
Hawk is biting his tongue so hard.
Hawk, the prince, the regent, like, let's face it, that was not pointed. That was just a statement of...
Attitude reflects leadership.
Yes, it does.
No, Hawk was just like, I can't be a petty bitch right now. I can't make a comment about and be a petty bitch right now. It's not fair. It's not fair to the prince, nor is it fair to the former prevision. I can't be a petty bitch. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Hey, Zero, a hit dog gon' holler.
You did go off with Lenka one night, and then did get separated, and then that did.
Yeah, was that solo? We did, and then things happened.
Vesper is going to raise her hand again, and she's gonna be like, from what I know of the Lehigh Valley, it's mainly, roses. And she's going to point at Effigy, and she's gonna she's like, he's not going to be able to assist me in those affairs. At least I don't think, because if I had to guess, you said you're a cousin of the prince.
That is correct, but there are many ways to help.
Roses do not often treat individuals who have different views of beauty kindly.
Right.
I would imagine all of those underneath the Lehigh Valley are looking for somewhere else also.
God.
Yes.
How old does Drew look?
Hard to say. She looks like a porcelain doll.
Okay, so does she look like... Okay, so like a kid porcelain doll, a woman porcelain doll?
A woman porcelain doll, but like a very generic, like, we're talking LA 10 porcelain doll.
Okay, so it's not like he's looking at what he can assume to be like a 12-year-old girl. Like, she looks like an adult.
Yeah, she doesn't look like a child. She looks like an adult, but like a very generic feminine adult.
Okay, cool.
Is it off-putting?
There is a certain uncanny valley to it.
Like Laurent, Uncanny Valley?
Drew has her own level of uncanny valley. Drew is a dead ringer for the porcelain doll she's got in one hand.
Oh, we can see that doll, right?
Yes.
She's going to, look... When Drew speaks, she's going to look at Drew, then look at the doll, then look at Drew, then look at the doll. And she's going to level a mildly, disgusted look at Thomas.
That is inappropriate. Mr. Pierce is a gentleman.
Thank you, Drew.
I didn't say anything.
Do not make assumptions.
I didn't say anything at all.
You didn't
Okay.
have to. Your face
All right.
speaks volumes.
Let's take this down to the dice. Vesper,
Uh-huh.
I would like for you to give me are you trying to like hide that you were giving the dirty old man look to Thomas?
Yes.
Okay. So I would like for you to give me a manipulation and subterfuge. Thomas, I need a wits and insight.
Can I pick up on their while this is all going on? Their
You can give me a wits and insight too.
yeah, the bodies because he picks up on the body kinetics.
Yeah. Yeah, the kinesthetics. So yeah, wits and insight with your specialty.
I got 3.
Okay, the number to beat is 3, Vesper.
I believe in you.
I also got 3.
Do either of you wish to spend willpower?
How much willpower do I have? I've got the willpower for it. Oh, dude, what?
Wow. That's
rude.
rough, buddy. So we're going to give it to Thomas because he had the 10.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, okay, well, never mind. The dice could really hate me. But yeah, she's gonna profess her innocence, and just look away because
Thomas, you've dealt with roses. From Laurent to Catherine, you've dealt with roses. And, ooh, she lying. Ooh, she lying. Effigy, these people sure are peopling tonight. They are, oh boy, they are doing normal human things like complaining about stuff and eating bread.
Yep. Squirrel.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you see. You see 2 people peopling. But yeah, Thomas, no, you can tell that Vesper definitely gave you a dirty old man look, and then is like, I didn't do anything wrong. Me? No. So you can leave it go, or you can make an issue of it. But the one thing that both of you see is Virgil just sitting there, looking between the 2 of you, smiling. Just that big, broad Cheshire grin.
You know, lying is such a ugly habit for a rose.
she's gonna put her hand to her chest. Me? Ugly. And she's gonna look at his suit up and down. Honey, please. That's one thing I'm not. And she is. She is stunning. Even in the strawberry shortcake outfit, it's all cream, all white. It's still good.
Let's see. Do you have? I don't believe you have any looks merits, Thomas.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
He
Shame
looks
that.
like he looks like he's Chicago Mafia.
Drew has stunning.
Drew has stunning.
And ingenue.
That does not help Thomas's case in the slightest. She just looks very pretty and very innocent.
Yep, she does. Very pretty. Yeah. So, as Virgil just clears his throat and looks smiling between the 2 of you. Yes, now that we've got that pissing competition out of the way.
Beg forgiveness, Mr. Love. I just didn't think it was appropriate.
You're right, Drew. It wasn't appropriate.
And he nods. There's something to be said for making assumptions. And he straightens himself back up. But we're all friends here. Or at least we will be.
No, thank you.
You don't have to be friends with anybody you don't want to be with.
Wisdom as always, Mr. Pierce. Wisdom as always. I've heard good things about all of you.
Oh,
Oh, and he just kind of does one of these and then gestures to the air.
Say hi to Doc for me.
guys, my name popped up in the web.
Oh, well, everybody knows you.
Oh,
After all, it's not often that someone of your family makes it to the network.
Thomas is going to tilt his head slightly as he looks at Hawk.
She's good. Vesper's also going to look between both of them. They're talking crazy talk, and it is evident. Like,
Effigy zones in on the network talk as well.
But he looks over at Effigy, and I've heard that we might be having some more members of your family joining. We'd really like to be able to make them feel at home here. I know there are a lot of cities that are unkind to the low, and we don't do that here.
That is why it drew me here. If the process in which I was received is duplicated, I do not see a problem. And you have quite the network of tunnels and secret passages that would serve us well to serve the throne.
Oh, yes. That is something that I would like to remind you, though, and anyone who finds themselves going underground for any reason, be very careful which tunnels you take. We would not want to displease the prince's cousin, who has made some of those tunnels his home. They're marked. They're clearly marked. Just caution.
he likes
Polite
Lego.
caution.
He's a fan of Legos. If you want to give him a gift to say your hello, you should look at his landscaping. It's actually quite nice.
Legos.
Plastic building bricks.
Oh,
Don't step on
fantastic. I will try
And he'll just snap his fingers and point at Vesper, kind of like, yes, that's what that is a good piece of advice. Do not step on them.
Anybody looking at Effigy, if you could read a face that's kind of unreadable, is making a mental note on how they can utilize that moving forward.
Okay. Sorry, I just had to double check something. Go ahead.
Effigy, if you don't mind me asking, you made mentions of European upbringing. May I ask where you hailed from before you came to this fair city?
You may ask, are we talking about before the embrace, or?
No, I would never ask that of someone I barely know. But I mean, like,
I
what
would
city
hope
did you hail
not.
from? Yeah.
The Parisi Nosferatu of Paris.
Ah, the Parisian Nos. Those are good folk.
Very.
It's a pleasure to have you on our team.
It is so far, yes. I appreciate everyone's willingness to be themselves so far. You're all very good at saying things without saying them. This will serve us in our mission. Communication is key.
And
There are always three things when a person speaks: what they say, what they don't say, and what they think. It's always good to know those.
You might say what the body says as well.
And
as
there
And
are, as y'all are discussing, Virgil is just passing out little envelopes to each of you that contain a specific person of interest that he'd like you to learn a little bit more about. So I'm going to be posting those in your chats as you all.
oh, she's gorgeous.
Hawk, you said you hail from Europe. Do you mind? I sense a similar area, Eastern.
No, I hail from England. Came over here in early mid 1800s.
Did you travel?
Apologies.
Did you travel Europe?
I I don't know.
Oh,
She's gonna
okay.
level a confused look to the hawk. You've been alive since the 1800s? Haven't aged a day past, what, 20? So good skincare. But what do you mean you don't know? You don't know where you've been for the past 200 plus years?
20 is a. I suppose I look older than I am. Um,
Huh?
I was embraced a week after 18. So,
Ooh.
um, as for what I meant by I don't know, I don't have any memory of my time in England, so I don't know if I traveled.
Well, look on the bright side. You were in England and now you're stateside, so you did travel at least once.
Yeah, was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I merely ask not for the uncomfortable pause of silence when not remembering such things. It's just that your accent seems to have hints that you resided in various places at some point.
I could have. I will be all level with you, Effigy, as well with the other coterie mates. When you live as long as I do, and in cities where certain kindred have powers of the blood to manipulate mind, sometimes they take advantage of it. So I might have bopped over to other locations, but I wouldn't know. Not that it terribly matters to me, but you know. But Vesper, where did you hail from?
Oh, she'll take a second. I travel a lot. I was raised in Maryland. But I went to LA and that's where I ended up getting embraced.
Ah, a former anarch.
Oh, no, 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 no. Not I don't think that was the term that was used. It's more they're more on their own. independent.
Tarkus?
That's what it is. Atarkus.
Got it. And you've decided to join us Tower Side because?
Unfortunate side effect of wanting to travel. Most of the stuff was managed by my record company, but since I wanted to take a hiatus, well, pseudo hiatus, I just wanted more inspiration, and LA is just so artificial. So, traveling, I had to, being on my own was a little rough, and so I decided to pop down somewhere that was a little familiar. And it just happened to
Got
be
it.
Philly. And since they're a part of the
So,
tower, guess I am too.
to clarify, you were at Tarkus, where you had the ability to walk into basically any city as long as you followed their rules, knowing that you wouldn't be afforded, of course, the same protections, but you still had the freedom to travel. And so you gave up that freedom to travel and then became tied to the tower. Is that correct?
Well, maybe? Yes? No? I'm not sure. I wasn't the one that was handling all the stuff. My sire did. I mean, he was
Your
the owner of the record company. But
got it.
I
So
did.
your sire told you to come here.
Oh, no. No, 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 no. Liberty Records it touches down in so many different states. So that's particularly or that's really where I traveled to. But since I'm on a break, I don't technically have as much access to Liberty Records. So I have to kind of find my own way. And since Philly was close, might
So
as
you
well.
joined the tower out of convenience, not out of protection or out of information.
Yeah. Please. From what I've heard of this city, they wouldn't protect a rose like me. Apparently, they hate roses here. So
Apologies. Repeat. You said they wouldn't protect a rose like you for what?
I hear that they don't like roses here. So I guess it's mutually beneficial. As long as I am helpful, I get something.
What whispers did you hear of that? That this city doesn't like roses.
Oh, it was no secret that John hated the Toreador.
Oh yeah. But Hawk is doing what we call information gathering.
Yeah, I feel like she might pick up on that, so she's just be like, here, there, everywhere. Particularly within the city, there's a lot of loudmouths.
There's a lot of loud people in the city.
Yes, people who can't keep secrets.
Um,
You are exceptionally adept at speaking far too much and saying absolutely nothing. It is inspiring.
Ooh, she's got the right idea. She's gonna point at Drew.
So
That's
you
showbiz.
showbiz. So you're into what? Music, dance, acting.
Would Hawk have heard her music before or heard of her? Definitely not in
um,
this get up, but
Hawk, what kind of music do you listen to, like, when you're just hanging out?
He listens to a lot of audiobooks, classical. Um, he does have TikTok for purposes of a touchstone. So like he'll hear snippets of songs that are on TikTok, but usually if it's just him, he's he's not really a music guy. So he just kind of
Then
yeah.
this person is some form of famous, and clearly they have used words that indicate they are in the music business, but you could not.
Gotcha. You do okay. So music. What genre, if I might?
she's gonna poke at him just a wee bit. Well, isn't it obvious?
No.
She'll roll her eyes. Yeah, I know. I mostly do metal, progressive metal.
Progressive metal. So you're telling me there's regressive metal?
Yes.
I would think so.
Not.
It's more smooth, melodic, but it captures the more of an essence of, well, the chaos of one's mind, the
Pink.
waves it goes through.
The
She said
chaos of
pink.
one's mind. It captures the waves.
Mhm. Well,
Is that
yes, your
what?
high highs and your low lows.
Is that what your record company told you to say for PR? Or is that what you truly think?
Hawk, charisma and
Yeah.
etiquette. Because you are steering into territory where you are putting your foot in your mouth to the fucking hip.
Let him.
We love low humanity. Don't care. All right.
Well, you're 5 humanity. Like, it's not that you don't care, it's that emotions don't hit you as hard.
Yeah. So like don't care in the sense of like if she gets upset with my line of questioning, like I'm not gonna be as upset as if I was earlier.
Something moved somewhere.
3 successes on 3 dice. Look at me go.
Okay. Vesper. Are 3 successes enough to like talk to you in the correct tone, or is that the wrong tone? Is he talking to you all wrong?
She doesn't like that tone. Considering how famous she is, she's like, who are you?
Whomst mans is this?
Like, I mean,
So
he's a child.
while those two are kind of having their battle of, we'll call it wits, over in the corner.
Battle? Okay. That's a strong word for what's happening. It's more like Hawk is asking and poking.
It's more like Hawk is it's more like Hawk is begging for abuse. Which, what else is new? We are going to move back over to Thomas and Effigy. Effigy, I will have a better picture for you after session, but I am having a difficult time finding the picture that I saved for you. But Thomas, you're able to see the individual that you're supposed to keep an eye on, this JB Shinepaw, a visiting Edile from out of town.
Oh, I used the wrong docs. Oops.
And what you said in your chat is objectively correct.
Yep, Thomas thinks that guy looks like a cunt. And he is not looking forward to talking to this guy.
Well, there are quite a few different ways to gather information that might not necessitate talking to the guy, but, you know, you have a face, you have a name, and that he has been in and around the Ventru clan haven. But, Effigy, you actually do not receive an envelope at first because not enough of your family has trickled into the city. But Virgil is hopeful that you'll be able to help the rest of your coterie with the sneaking around, the finding of information. After all, we are a coterie and we are perfectly capable of falling on each other's talents when need be. And as soon as another cousin enters the city, we'll let you know so that we can get them vetted and make sure that they're not posing a threat to the city.
How close do you want us to get to these folks?
close enough that when they sneeze, I want to be there with a tissue.
Okay.
Now, Hawk, it definitely seems like you know something that your shadow does not.
Yeah, but is that specifically that group, are they like kindred wide known, or is that like that's Tremere secrets?
So, not everyone. It's like any other blood cult.
Okay, so it's like
The
like Mithras, like
the
people
right
know-
people know that like there's a blood cult that exists within the Tremere, but they wouldn't know ranks or anything like that. They might not even be aware of who is and who isn't a member, just that this thing exists.
Okay, and in my many years of unlife, would I know that it is? I mean, like not necessarily like quote unquote okay, but would I know that it is like I can let my shadow know that that's a member of the Presidium?
On one hand, it could be considered Tremere secrets because this is a group that is made up of only Tremere,
Correct.
and their stated goals are not great for anyone who isn't a Tremere.
Correct.
So it is safe to assume that like you're walking a fine line on that one.
Gotcha. That'll be a we'll talk about this later thing then.
Yeah, definitely not something to just blurt out in front of your entire coterie, but
Especially
maybe
ones that I just met, yeah.
yeah. But like maybe letting your shadow know and letting him deal with that how he wants to might be a better idea.
Being given that person, he'll just kind of look over to Virgil and just, I'll let you know what I already know about this individual later when we sit down and have a chat with some tea.
Okay. Well, it's good to see that you already have a head start on your work then.
I'm
What
really
luck?
good at gathering information.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And he gets up, toddles into the kitchen, continues preparing the tea that he had neglected when y'all came in, before coming back, toddling back over to his seat and sitting down with his tea.
God also.
Yes.
Is there a way that I can kind of message, like either like shoot a text or do something with the rats or something to let Alicia know, hey, can we like chat not as prince and subject, but as like kind of like in the without the formalities. I kind of want to chat about the fact that you put me in a coterie with a Mithraean. Just when you know my past. Just kind of have that message sent, but like, is there a way that I can do that in a
You can,
respectful way?
I mean, you can write a letter and send it with the rats, but how you compose the letter is going to be up to you. We'll have you roll an etiquette after session. Because that is. Do you want to write the letter out in front of your coterie mates?
No, like if it was a letter that he has to write, then no. If it was a text message, he'd be able to like text like in his pocket while he's like chatting. Like he doesn't have to look at his phone when he's texting. But if it's writing, then like no, he's not going to do it. He's not the one.
Yeah, the rats unfortunately cannot work cell phones because pause.
Yeah.
But like, you can write a letter and it can be delivered by the rat post. Absolutely.
Unfortunately, also he doesn't have a way to make it dyslexia friendly, so he'll figure it out. But he's like, I need to talk to Alicia, not in the you're my prince and I'm your subject, but in the hey, friendo. What?
Yeah, I mean, that's if you can assume that the prince is going to regard it as, hey, I'm your friend.
Yeah, it'll just be how he conveys it, but that's for later. So
I will tell you that there is always one thing for certain that you can never control, and that is how somebody receives something.
correct. So that's a problem.
That's a problem for Future Hawk.
Yeah, that's a problem for future Hawk. Current Hawk is processing his current coterie.
So speaking of processing the current coterie, we're gonna wind down this session because this was more to like get y'all together and get working on some stuff. I didn't have too much in the way hard planned for the evening. So we're going to start with Vesper. What are your thoughts on this coterie you've been included in?
Much like her introductions, or her introductions to everything in the city, a bunch of freaks. Like she thinks that she has a distaste on the tip of her tongue because of her assumption of Drew and Pierce. Um, Hawk is she's unsure of, but he's a little goofy. And Effigy she hasn't scouted out yet. With the shadow being just freakish, uncanny, she's nervous. Maybe she got herself into a little too much this time.
Like, there is nothing about his appearance that is freakish or uncanny.
No,
but
behavior.
The man does. Let me look at your wits and insight score again. The man does look like he's going through a bit of a manic episode.
Oh, poor thing. If she could have, she would give him the advice of like, I don't know, do drugs, have sex, something like that. Anyways, not my problem. But yeah, she's a little off put, but they're gonna have to be. He said that they were gonna be friends. They have to be friends, and they have to use each other. So she's in it for the long haul.
Thomas, what are your thoughts before we kind of open things up to a little bit of open play, a little get to know you? What are your thoughts on this coterie?
Effigy, he thinks he should be all right. He looks like he's well grounded, and probably knows some shit, and will probably be helpful. Puck, he thinks is kind of flighty, but seems to have some sort of knowledge. At this point in time, he does not care for Vesper. He thinks she is vapid and a typical Toreador, and nothing wants really anything to do with.
It's understandable.
He would rather talk to Laurent than talk to Vesper.
Oh, the insult runs deep. So we're going to move along to Hawk. Hawk, what are your thoughts on this coterie? You are muted, bud.
Yep. It's a new coterie. New folks he's got to know. Just all right. That's Vesper. That's Thomas. Not sure. I guess Drew is a part of the coterie. He's not entirely sure, but that's Effigy. Like, these are kindred. They'll leave. Folks always tend to, so not really any point of having any strong feelings the other way or the other about them. So
Yeah. You would be aware that the entirety of the Meals on Wheels coterie left shortly after the Superb Owl. They just all kind of up and left from the city, with the exception of Rowan and Sifra, who are around but rarely seen.
yep. Last time he got close to folks was at the Superb Owl, and then they all left. So he was like, all right, well, this is my new group of coterie. They'll probably leave, so there's no point in me having any strong feelings either way or another.
So Hawk has started the ticking clock.
Yeah, just like, I wonder how long they'll last. Oh well. No point in.
No point in getting too invested.
Yeah, I'll help out where I can, and if they ask me questions, I'm not going to necessarily lie. But there's no point in me getting invested and helping them succeed because they're just going to go. So he's just like, all right.
And then we're going to move on to Effigy. What are your thoughts on this coterie that has been assembled?
Well, I think from what I'm getting to know Effigy myself. So he's very enjoying the cattiness because, like he said in character, the things that are said that aren't necessarily said verbally, he's clocking all of it. The body language, the undertones, the because information's power. And he's also used to it. I mean, as we said in the session, he's been around quite a few areas, so he's seen it. He enjoys Drew. Kind of reminds him of the European kind of personality a little bit. He has pretty good vibes from Thomas so far. He's very a budding interest in things of that nature and the cults and whatnot. So that like he was already kind of interested because there was just genuine communication, but like now that's been brought up. So he's like, how can I work this in?
Okay.
Vesper. A lot.
Boy, man, that pause is in its third trimester.
That pause spoke volumes.
May do a C-section. We don't know. He thinks that a lot of it is projection. He thinks that a lot of the "I'll hurt you before you hurt me." That's his initial read on her. But he did enjoy when the topic of music and that profession came up because of his background.
Yep.
So he kind of, without trying to be obvious about it, he definitely zoned in on it. He enjoys Hawk. He, believe it or not.
What do you mean, believe it or not?
Well, because of how I realized that how he came across his first interaction with you was very much how Dante first interacted with you, which was very shitty. And it wasn't intentional. It was him trying to be humorous, but it was me being very, very dry with my humor. So it came across as him being, all these modern cars have no personality kind of thing. It was his way of trying to start a conversation, and then he was like, I really just kind of jacked that up. Because his social scores are not great.
You're not. I wasn't expecting them to be great.
So I was kind of playing on that a little bit. But he actually kind of enjoys the honesty in what he says and what he feels. And even if he doesn't know entirely the structure of the bones and why it is that way with his memory loss, he enjoys that you lean into it. And then I think that's everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. So at this time, I'm gonna let you guys kind of mix mingle, get to know one another. Virgil will be here with little prompts so that we can kind of get to know one another a little bit better as we form this coterie. So Virgil will be sitting there sipping on his tea before he sets it down mindfully and looks at everybody and says, "So, how long have you been dead?" And he first looks at Vesper.
She's gonna count on her fingers. 10 years, I think. Sounds about right.
A babe in the woods. Before he looks over at Thomas.
Well, 30 some odd years.
So, 80s, 90s?
Early 90s.
And he'll glance over to Hawk, who is currently the math meme.
Almost 2 centuries, like a century and a half, give or take.
So, let me ask you, as the storyteller, how old is Hawk right now in 2025?
Hold on. I just had it. I did the math, and if he was embraced then, and it's 2025 now, 140. So he's not lying. He's like, I lost count. I stopped counting.
So,
I was embraced during the Victorian era.
So Virgil will look at you dead in your eyes. 122 years, assuming you were embraced in 65? 85?
85, I believe.
Yeah, 122 years. Impressive.
Wait. 85. 1885 to 2025. That's 140 years.
Yes. And you said you were embraced just after 18, which means you've been dead for 122 years. Math isn't your strong suit, is it, Mr. Castillo?
I was embraced in 85.
Oh, embraced in 85.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 140.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Glad we got that out of the way.
I don't remember. Is it important?
Well, and you'll see him look at her and have that same like, oh, I don't like the implication of that look.
Thomas is going to shake his head at Virgil.
It's not terribly important. That does help in some regards, but this is more of just a learning about one another, and some facts can help. You can tell that the man wanted to say something else, took one look at Thomas and was like, nope.
Nope.
That is the human equivalent of the sound of screeching tires.
Back
Is-
up.
I have to ask, did Vesper and Virgil have the same thought of Why can't you remember?
Give me a what's an insight.
Okay, can't do.
When Hawk hears that, the only thought in his head is, fucking another one. I'm gonna lose my shit. First it was me, then it was John, and now it is Drew. I'm gonna lose my shit.
I mean, if we're going in order of operation, it was John first.
Yes, it was John, then Hawk, but like he knew about himself more before he knew about John. But yeah, and then Drew's in the subliminal there.
Vesper, that is not enough. Like he has a look on his face, but making that connection just is not happening for you right now.
Oh, that's fine. Even if it was, if he wasn't going to ask, she will. She'll uncross her leg and then cross it on the other side, and she'll just like lean in and gently fold her hands on her knee. Since we're learning about each other, why don't you know? I mean, Hawk said that he had some missing memories.
Vespa, remember what I said about kindred having the powers of the blood to be able to manipulate memory? It's a common practice. That is how you control people, is you take away their ability to remember who they were before.
Oh. Ooh. And she'll have a look of like, so that's what's wrong with her.
Wait, you have a before?
Not really.
Am I supposed to have a before?
I mean, I've never had it before, so I never.
Sports, the weather. Let's
hold on. She's gonna.
We discussed this before, Drew. I'm not to worry about it right now.
Yeah, if it makes you feel any better. I mean, there are many nights that I don't remember. Typically, it was a drunken bender, but it happens. Nightlife, partying.
Are you, Drew? Do you mean like
I am real quick, gang. I don't know who it is, but we've got some rather loud music playing in the background. Okay. Don't get me wrong. All for ambiance.
It was just slightly piercing. Hey, Drew, so you say you don't have it before, so that means you don't remember your life before the embrace, correct?
Correct.
All right.
What's the next learning question?
This has Virgil smiling now a little bit nervously. Well, let's
How about a soft note? What's everyone's favorite color?
Blue.
That's not a surprise.
Moss green.
Green is a nice color.
I'm guessing black for you, Vespa?
What? I'm completely decked out in pink. You don't think pink is my favorite
Yes,
color?
but based on your tone and the way that you hold yourself, you actually do not like exactly what you're wearing.
Hawk.
Yeah.
No. I'm going to need a wits and insight on that one, bud.
Oh, okay. I thought she was being obvious with her dislike for her clothes.
She has got the perfect PR smile. Just camera ready, always.
Okay, no worries. I can do that.
Shazi has a face of rubber.
You said
Yes. Wits and insight.
What's an insight, you said?
Wits and insight, so say I.
This will be really funny.
It's going to be really funny.
I told you it was going to be funny.
buddy. Yeah.
Never mind then. Never mind. Because I thought it was obvious, but if it's not, then he wouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, she's gonna just be like, no, of course, I love pink. I mean, I'm completely decked in it. Don't you think this would be my favorite color?
So because we have somebody else that is rolling a wits and insight as well, Vesper, I am going to need you to give me either a manipulation and subterfuge or a composure and subterfuge.
Okay.
The number to beat is 4.
Oh, I forgot about a certain flaw I have.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want to spend willpower on that, Vesper?
I've already spent. You know what? Sure, why not?
Okay. Just make sure we're keeping track of our willpower as we go.
Yeah, I've already burned. I've now burned 3.
Okay.
So 4.
Okay. Yeah, Effigy, it does certainly look like pink is, in fact, her favorite color.
And after a moment, especially if they buy it, she's going to immediately drop the smile. Just like, pink is. Can't you tell that pink is my favorite color? You were correct, though. It is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna derail because of that. I'm just gonna mark off the willpower so that way we can keep it going.
Just bear in mind that since Drew is an SPC, I'm not going to make you take the willpower hit.
You are a
Yes.
merciful God.
But he'll look expectantly over at Thomas because Virgil did not hear Thomas's reply.
He said blue.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Blue.
I missed it. Then. I have
And
30 million other things going on.
Hawk said that wasn't a surprise.
Right.
Drew gave hers.
Yeah.
Drew, what is your favorite color?
I don't have one. I prefer its absence.
Interesting.
So
You gotta
I
get
mean,
your favorite color.
technically that would be black, but also technically not black because, well, white is, all of the colors all put together and color theory and all that. Absence of color and like he rambles for a second before he realizes he's losing people and he just kind of quiets.
I thought we were talking about art rather than light.
That is
A
true.
color one wears.
Do you have a
I would
favorite
know
art?
if you have a
Drew?
preference to a certain color.
White.
White works. White is a spectacular color. She's trying to assuage the girl.
And Virgil will, picking up on this, kind of smooth his jacket and go, I myself am a big fan of Millennial Gray. It's very subdued, very calm.
Was there not a trend of a millennial gray in the past few years?
That's why it's called Millennial Gray.
There we go. I've just, time all blends together. So
And he'll kind of look amongst the group. And this goes on for a few more minutes where he kind of poses questions to the group and lets you guys answer in your own time. But Vesper, Hawk, specifically Hawk, there is that little gnawing at the back of your brain that not only have you been put in a coterie with a Mithraean, but someone has dangled a tasty mystery in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So how is Hawk feeling?
He's a little restless. Because while, like, in the past, he would have, without any hesitation, would have just started questioning and asking questions and like
Dive on in.
dive on in. But now he's just like, I mean, I want to know, but there's no point in knowing. So like, I like, and also like, the last time I did that, fucking ended up trying to understand someone. Fucking ended up in a hunter cell. So you know. So like he's like so he's antsy and he's like restless,
Okay.
and it's clear that he's itching to like want to do research, because that usually seems to be like the thing that calms him down, but like he has to be present, so he is going to be
Understandable. Vesper, something that you pick up from all of these interactions is that you've seen creepy old men. You've dealt with creepy old men. You yourself have a creepy old man. But you see the way that Thomas and Drew interact. But you see the way Thomas and Drew interact. And it is not that. While Thomas is protective, yes, it is more paternal than you would have seen in a kind of arrangement like this in the past. Because, let's face it, it can be assumed that Mr. Pierce is a powerful and well-placed Ventru. Most of them are. And Drew is the young ingenue attached to him. So normally this dynamic, you can clock this dynamic from a mile off. It is obvious. But this is not that. This is somebody who genuinely wants to protect and teach this individual. How does that square with Samantha's worldview?
she is a distrusting like person, especially considering who she has dealt with. It she still held that belief of like, oh yeah, like obviously he wants the young, hot, and innocent looking girl. But as they discuss and interact with each other, she'll tilt her head and just kind of absorb what she sees, and it's contrary. It's contrary to everything that she knows. And so she's like, something isn't adding up. There's something else. Is it something he wants? Is it something that he can give her? And so while not as disgusted as before, it's still kind of leery of what does she have that you want, or vice versa? What do you have that she wants? Who's gaining here?
Who indeed? Thomas, as the coterie is answering some of Virgil's questions and interacting and kind of sniping at one another, you start getting a better bead on who these individuals are. And Samantha has been giving you the side eye most of the night. You have seen other people with this look. These are people that you have dealt with some of these people, specifically individuals who have suffered at the hands of others, who expect betrayal, who expect abuse, who expect to be treated as less than. And what does Thomas make of that?
He finds the personality that she puts forward distasteful. But as it seems that there is something more, he will be keeping an eye on her in case she gets her mouthy ass in trouble.
Samantha in trouble? Perish the thought.
Tone.
See that a mile away. It's a Kmart like special.
Hawk, you had a question that you wanted to ask the coterie?
Yeah. After like the coterie has been doing just like a bunch of icebreaker questions. All right. I asked this with the last coterie, so I'll ask this here as well. Because it's good to know each other's strengths. What is everyone capable of? I don't just mean your kindred abilities, but I mean like in general. What do you consider yourself having strength in?
Well, there's a lot of things that people can be good or strong at. And Hawk, as you're chatting, I need.
What do you need from me?
Dang it! As you are engaged in conversation with Virgil, there's a roll that I need you to make for me. So let's see here. Not that one. There it is.
Virgil, stop.
Can you please give for me a composure and intelligence?
Yeah, I'm guessing I can't blood surge.
Not on this one.
Is this a mental test?
It is.
Okay, so I'll also add my fortitude. All right.
The number to beat is 6.
Okay. All right.
We're not going to sweat that.
What?
We're not going to sweat that. Is it a failure? Yes, but storyteller prerogative. And we're not going to deal with that bestial failure.
That bestial failure doesn't. I mean, like I could use a willpower.
You could, but you're not. This is more narrative driven. I was looking for a pass fail roll as opposed to this. So as you're talking to Virgil, you feel the room.
Less from me.
No, I didn't. And I already had the.
Yeah,
if I sat there and I was like, if he bestial fails, I'm just ignoring it. Like that was locked before I even made my roll. You feel the room kind of begin to tip and dip and no on that one, Drew, but I see where you're going. But as he's talking to you, the world around you kind of begins to distort, and you get that queasy feeling in your stomach. And as quickly as it starts, it stops. Specifically, as he stops talking. So there is a point where you just kind of hear womp, 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 womp. The rest of you just see Virgil casually engaged in a conversation with Hawk where he tells him that, people are good at a lot of different things. And sometimes it is impolite to pry too deeply into what people know because you may find unpleasant results. Hawk, you don't hear the unpleasant results part. It's just womp, 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 womp. And Hawk is just sitting in the chair like,
What? Hawk?
before he...
What?
Yeah, he looks like he's dissociating hard before he just kind of like snaps back to it. But I'm sure if everybody wants to go around the table and, some of us are fast, some of us are quiet.
Samantha is gonna split into a shit-eating, just beautiful grin. Believe it or not, I work a lot with people. I'm a performer. They say I have a tact about me. And she'll giggle.
I'm sure you're one that can truly command a room with your presence.
Well, of course. I always serve God. And she'll make a little sassy motion.
Hawk didn't get brain blasted. He caught just a tiny dose of dementation, which is also Virgil's answer to the question. It's just, Malkavians. So, you got to kind of see this coming.
You're muted.
He could have said something. He didn't have to show up.
What's the fun of that?
Where's the fun of that?
Simply was like, hey, what do you guys are good at? Because I know I'm not strong at certain things, and Virgil took that personally. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a good
I'm a good researcher. Especially about occult things.
Check-in time. Everybody good? Excellent. 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 Excellent.
I'm also good at plants.
Like botany or
Yes.
Yes, like botany.
I can
She's extensive
crossbreed them
knowledge.
sometimes.
what? What did you say?
Crossbreed plants. I can do that.
crossbreed plants. Oh, that's cool. I think I've heard about them before. It's like when you take like a species of plant and a different species of plant from like the same group or different groups, but you like blend them together, kind of like a liger, like a lion and a tiger.
Yeah, that is the
It's
definition
usually
of crossbreeding.
it's usually done with grapes. Mushrooms are especially fascinating.
To a degree. Thomas, remembering the tides and the sewers.
That did bring up a good point. Obviously, I'm a lover, not a fighter. So if we were to get in like a sticky situation, who would we need to call to handle some unnecessary roughness?
Drew is just going to stare hard at Thomas.
Thomas is going to smile. You call me
A hawk
if
is
your
just
pretty little ass is at risk at getting ashed.
Oh,
Ooh.
I love this coterie.
hawk, not as badly disassociated as when we got fucking dementated for asking a simple question, but he is slightly disassociated as he just raises his hand. despite the fact he looks like a string bean. But he raises his hand as if to say, like, call on me.
You won't be blown over at the slightest gust of wind. And she like looks at him and his musculature.
Well,
Looks can be deceiving, my dear Rose.
How could I forget?
and so are you just now? I need to let you know that if you're being watched, that's not going to work.
Huh?
Is anybody looking at Effigy?
Yeah.
I think at
Hawk
this
has been
point
just
we're also
looking at the
looking at
group.
Hawk.
Because, like,
Hawk's been looking at the group.
well, yes, but like, you have to turn your head to look at people. You can't just
Yeah.
like sit there and have everybody collected in one single line of
No, he's
sight.
not, like,
So, like,
staring at Effigy, but he's like, like the
yeah, Effigy, go
not
ahead
staring
and
down.
give
He's like,
me.
like the lit guard just kind of.
Yeah, Effigy, go ahead and give me your stealth and auspex, or your stealth and obfuscate rather.
I've seen his sheet.
Look, I didn't realize when I asked what are we at, we were doing show and tell.
Yeah, you said what could we do? Could I use crowds specialty?
Not on this one, no.
Okay, I figured I'd try.
But I appreciate where your head is at.
She's gonna Irish goodbye.
Okay. So Hawk, when you look over at the place where Effigy should be, gonna just mute that real quick. You look over at the place where Effigy should be, and that man has vanished like a fart in the wind.
It's safe to assume Hawk can figure out NOS things.
I mean, yeah, that is pretty bog standard for the clan. They're unusually good at disappearing.
Yeah, like he doesn't know where he is or if he's still here, but he's like, okay, you're a NOS, you can disappear. Water is wet.
Fork found in kitchen.
Yeah, okay.
But
Drew is gonna clap. Just clap.
I would walk behind Hawk and start clapping.
Oh,
Or boy.
now that is going to be enough to break your obfuscate. So as you are standing behind Hawk and clapping, Thomas, Drew, Vesper, you all see Effigy just appear behind Hawk. And he's just clapping.
Do I gotta roll a composure check?
I mean, you did get startled, so
man,
give me a composure. Give me a composure and resolve.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially with the nightmare he had. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no, trigger.
Whoopsie.
Composure and resolve.
It happens.
Hey, Dicebot, be so cool right now. You can be so cool. We don't need to make this funny like the Windows situation.
Yes, we do.
very funny.
Funny like this.
You kind of do.
No.
Especially with it being on stream, that would be so funny.
Not that we're preying on your downfall or anything.
I am. Love you to death, buddy. Praying on your downfall. Okay. Pardon me for a moment.
Hey, remember when we said it would be funny?
Rip.
All right, let's see.
All right, you're preying on my
we
downfall.
He left.
Where is it? Where is it?
A knife to plunge into me? It's just a few feet away. I can grab it.
Okay. So you make a sound, Hawk. And the sound can best be described to the group as the sound of a man pilling himself. Though Kindred no longer do that sort of thing, he does shriek in surprise and terror. You will take 1 willpower damage. Superficial, not aggravated, because of the bestial failure in front of your coterie. You did kind of scream like a little girl there, buddy.
That's fine. Yeah.
But
it's pure
that's the
terror.
worst of it.
Yeah. It is terror.
And once Hawk composes himself, the look that you kind of see on his face is, he startled me.
Vesper's just trying so hard not to break out into laughter.
Thomas just looks concerned.
Okay, Vesper. Composure and resolve.
Oh, it's funny when it happens to him.
It's funny when it happens to somebody else. I hope the dice bot gets funnier tonight. I hope the dice bot has an entire stand-up special on Netflix.
Composure resolve.
Yep.
Okay. Ha!
Better, but not quite. So you still burst out laughing. I mean, rib splitting, knee slapping. You find this so amusing. It is not a bestial failure, but you did not pass the expected difficulty, given what you had described to me. So, here is where Virgil just kind of looks at the group and, as authoritatively as he can muster, clears his throat, getting everyone's attention. Good. Now that we've got that out of our systems, there is one final thing I would like to ask of each of you before I turn you out to your night. And he'll look at Hawk. And then he'll think for a moment. And he'll look at all of you again. This is not a question I need you to answer. Before he looks at Hawk, and he goes down the row from one person to the next, and he starts at Hawk. Who are you trying to impress? And then he looks at Vesper. What are you running from? And then he looks at Thomas. When is enough going to be enough? And he looks at Effigy. Do you think you'll ever find a place you'll belong? Before folding his hands in his lap and looking at the group. Now, enjoy your night. And he picks up his tea and takes a sip.
I knew I would rather he didn't.
Well, you did ask politely, dear, so I didn't.
I'm used to it, so.
The word for the faces is gobsmacked.
Well, anyway, now that everyone's done showing off, is there anything else you need from us?
A good day's sleep and ready to tackle things fresh and new. I think we've had enough of getting to know one another and poking and prodding at all of our delicate little wounds and sensitive areas.
Uh-huh. Well, it has been a pleasure to meet all of you. And I'll speak with you later, Virgil, in regards to the individual you gave me.
Of course, you can always find me here.
You all have my card.
Yes, Drew did give each of you a plain white business card that has the 3 letters DRU on it and a cell phone number.
I would prefer you didn't reach out to her unless absolutely necessary.
Maybe there's plant questions.
Maybe there's plant questions.
Do all of you have cell phones?
Oh, yeah, of course I do. She's gonna take a
Thomas
second.
insisted.
She's gonna take a second to think. For the purposes of interacting in this city, I probably should get a different one.
Oh, and Virgil, I almost forgot. And he toddles off to a closet, pulls out like a shoebox, toddles back over to the table, and places 5 what look to be, mid-shelf smartphones. They're not like, it's not like iPhone or Android, but it's like, some brand you've never heard of. You can use these to contact one another and conduct city business, all of that. Assume if you're texting people that are not, that it's not exactly the most secure, but between each other, fair amount of security.
So as long as there's one of us here in the city, we can expect it to be safe?
Yes.
Okay. She'll make a mental note. She hasn't had the need to text anybody, but she'll be like, okay, well, one for
I
the
will-
day, one for
I'll drop my contact information in your phones. Well, as stated before, pleasure to meet you all. And unless you need anything else from me, I'm going to start doing research.
I have an entire city to learn, a separate city to learn about.
Do you need help with that?
Less so, as the storyteller note, less so the city, more so the people coming here.
Okay, gotcha. You
Like-
just gave me the information. I was like,
It was, it's more like there are people coming here from that city. We don't need to worry about that city. We know about that city.
Okay.
We need to know about the people coming into our city.
Okay. She'll give Hawk a look. Like she is assuming that he thinks she's incapable, but she'll drop it and go, "It wouldn't hurt. I have some catching up to do since I just got to the city."
Got it. Well, if you need any information in regards to individuals in the city, I can give you a bit of a like 2 sentence rundown on them. If you need help with anything kindred information related, I might be able to give you a cheat sheet on some terms and phrases we use out in the public. I'm assuming all of this because you did say that you are but 10 years dead and a Tarkus, so probably don't know much about the Camarilla rules, and I've been in the Camarilla for over a century, so I have lots of information.
You're definitely the subject matter expert, so we'll reach out.
Huh?
She's like, "You're definitely the subject matter
Sorry,
expert."
you.
Is everything okay?
I'm Tremere. It's my duty to know things. So,
Duty, right? Yeah, I'll help you fulfill your duty.
well, I don't need you to fulfill my duty, being that I've already done the 7 trials. My duty's complete. I'm just offering help to yonder kindred.
She has no idea what any of the. She looks at you, just smiles like, I like your funny words.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Do you know, Vespa? Do you know what I meant? What I mean by 7 trials?
You are a very, very, very special man, Mr. Hawk.
All right.
I am
So when
10
you
years
first become
dead.
a kindred, you're a fledgling. Then you are under accounting for however long your sire decides that you are going to be under accounting. Once you are finally left accounting, basically that means that anything that you do is on your head. That's when you are officially charged as a neonate. Now, a neonate is usually the vast majority of kindred that are under a certain age, but there can be older kindred that are neonates as well. And then when they want to rise in the quote unquote ranks, you go through a series of tests. Depends upon the clan what these tests are. And if they've passed all of them, they are earn the title of Ancilla. Now, as Ancilla, you basically have a bit more responsibility to yourself as well as those that surround you uh, to make sure that they don't, quote unquote, act out of hand. And there comes a point in which an Ancilla can become an elder if they've been able to amass enough power and lived long enough.
Thank you for that interesting cultural exchange.
Stunning. Would Vesper have the knowledge to mentally place herself? Because she wasn't under. I don't know if she really had an accounting as a person. Not a system.
No. So these are classically Camarilla titles. Anarchs do use them from time to time, but they are more an indication of age as opposed to station in society. Whereas in the Cam, it kind of works as both. It tells you what your station is and how long roughly you've been around. Vesper would be able to place herself firmly at neonate because she does not have her sire breathing down her throat.
Okay. So yeah, she'll take a second and go, okay, so then I would be like a neonate, probably, I guess. Then you would be.
Yes, because your sire did not come into town and proclaim you as his or hers. I do not know who your sire is. So therefore, you are your own responsibility, and thus any mistakes you make fall on your head rather than any mistakes you make fall on your sire's head, etc., etc., etc.
Though,
Another
Vesper,
appreciated cultural lesson.
there was that little bit of Laurent taking responsibility for you when you first came to the city.
Oh. Oh no.
What?
Oh, I don't think I'm a neonate actually.
What? What do you mean?
Ah. Oh. She'll wince and rub the back of her neck. I guess you could say that Laurent took responsibility for me when he came across me. But like, does that mean he's gonna be breathing down my neck? I hope not.
The fact that he is not here right now suggests that you are of age to be a neonate and thus operate freely. I am a fledgling, and the individual who holds my accounting is sitting beside me.
Yeah, what was his wording? Was he like taking responsibility for you as acting as, I mean, I don't know where Wendy is at the moment, but was he taking responsibility in the sense of he was doing his job of taking you
Oh,
under his wing as a toreador in the city, or was he? Because a lot of times when it comes to, go ahead. What?
I was like, can Vesper tell the difference? God?
Vesper could reasonably tell the difference. Like, yes, he did call you a project, but like, it definitely sounded more like leadership, more like management, and less like I'm your sire now.
Okay. She's gonna wave her hand after a second. Oh no. Primogen Wendy was off painting and rambling about how I look funny. Mr. Dale Bear took me and presented me to the to the prince, but it didn't sound like he was going to be like everywhere.
God. So he was doing his duty. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like he was doing his duty as the whip. You can visibly see Hawk just kind of like, it's not a sigh of relief necessarily, but it's like a, oh, okay, like a, oh, all right. It's my cat who's meowing through the door. He is not even in the room. I am so sorry. But usually in Camarilla cities, 9 times out of 10, you have to be presented to the prince.
Yes.
By someone who can necessarily vouch for you, basically confirm that you're not someone who's going to destroy the city from within.
I think we're getting a little deep in the weeds on this one.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate Hawk's cultural exchange, but we can power word blah the rest of this because our player knows how the Camarilla works.
Yeah.
So we can hand wave and power word blah the rest of this. Vesper, you can feel however you want to feel about Hawk just kind of autistically info dumping on you about how the Camarilla works and the ins and outs of sire and child dynamic. And he looks like he's at one point dangerously close to pulling out a 12-page PowerPoint.
There's a little like twinge like of her eyebrow because it kind of feels a little bit like mansplaining to her. But when he starts getting deep into the technical stuff, she'll be like, "Okay, this is probably something I should know." Tone though, but like
should probably be aware of some of this information because yes, it does on the surface initially come off as a little mansplaining, but like as he gets deeper into the nuance, you're just like, oh no, he's just autistic.
He's just autistic. It's a little goofy. Very
It's
autistic.
just, you're not autistic. You're just a little silly. And you cry when you leave the Haven, but that's unrelated. No, but
Are you going back to Laurent after this? Or do you have your own haven?
he asks eagerly.
Sorry.
He's trying to be casual.
She's gonna like kind of put her fingers together. Well, all I have is I think the Toreador Haven. I guess here as she like looks at the 5 bedrooms.
Your mic is doing that in and out thing again, Shazi.
Okay, I'm sorry. She's going to like have her fingers together. Well, all I have is the Toreador Haven. And so, I guess, and she looks over to the 5 rooms. I guess here is an option too, but if no one else is staying here, then I'm not staying in this place alone.
My recommendation is to get yourself your own haven just when you get the chance. It's not a requirement, but it is recommended because it's your own space.
The room over there is my own place, is it not?
What?
¿Qué pasó?
One more time?
The room is our own place, is it not?
To an extent, but you know, some people like to have a little bit more privacy. So
Bougie is the word.
You should look at my apartment. It's not that bougie. But it gives you a opportunity to feel like you are in charge of your space, not someone else.
And Effigy's asking this more for a curiosity standpoint because he's trying to go down a certain path. Because to him, like with his clan, living in the caves or living in tunnels or minimalism is kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Hawk was also going down that path to an extent, albeit differently. So he gets it to an extent. It gives you a place to where you don't have to put on a mask.
Then I'll definitely invest in one of those. Got so much work to do.
That's when Virgil pipes up. If anybody is in the market for a personal haven, in your welcome pack to the city should have been a card for Polaris Holdings. I recommend doing my business through them. They are specialized in our needs.
And I'd imagine in her bag she has the card. She'll kind of like flip through the welcome packet that she got from the
Yep.
Polaris Holdings. Yes, that she does. And she's gonna dog ear the tip of the card. Then she's gonna put it back in.
Oh, Drew. Something for you. For my mask, I do have to take classes, and you said that you were interested in botany and flower work. I have to choose my classes. Do you want me to take a class in botany and bring you what it's being taught?
Drew, it is a fair assumption that you know more than what they would teach in a college level botany course.
It would be pleasant if you did decide to take notes. However, it is not a requirement, as I am probably, through private tutors, better educated than most on the subject.
Understandable. I am also, I wouldn't say I'm as knowledgeable as you are, but I'm pretty sure I probably know more than kind teaching. But I just wanted to offer it to you since um, I do have to go out in the public. I wanted to offer an olive branch, as it were.
How sweet.
So, if nobody else has anything lingering, we can go ahead and let the kindred trickle out into the night from here, decide where it is that they are going to spend the rest of their evenings. So we're going to start at the top of our list with Vesper. Are you going to head back to the Toreador Clan Haven?
Yeah. That's the only place she's known to lay her head.
Are you going to call Laurent, or are you going to make your way back on your own?
She is going to play it safe and call Laurent.
Okay. And it doesn't take very long before the Bentley rounds the corner and into the parking lot again, letting you two head on back to the Toreador Clan Haven. He does not get out of the vehicle or anything like that. But he does have just a couple of things. As you're heading back to the Clan Haven, he kind of glances over at you. So, am I getting my money's worth?
She's a little more guarded than when she came in. So like her arms are crossed like over her bosom. Sorry. Well, it all depends on what you see as a valuable use of your money.
Are you all going to kill yourself the next meeting?
Oh no, goodness. They're
Good.
charming. Most of them, at least.
Well, I do happen to know two of them from before. Mr. Pierce is breathtakingly reserved.
But as soon as he mentions Pierce's name, she's gonna like, her face is gonna scrunch just the weeest bit.
Oh, a rose that doesn't like a blue blood, pale as old as time.
So they call the Venture Blue Bloods.
Well, not if they have any sense, and certainly not to their face.
Fair. And she doesn't understand any of that dynamic, so she's just gonna go, there's just something about him and the girl, Drew. She like looks at her.
Drew is a very special case. And I ask that you not judge their dynamic too harshly. After all, she's in a far better place now than what she was.
She'll look very intrigued at him, really.
You did not hear this from me, but Mr. Pierce adopted the poor girl after her sire met with an untimely end.
Okay.
By all rights and merits, he should have asked her where she stood. But one can never be too sure of a Ventru's kind heart.
Don't think I could agree more. And she'll just give a charming little smile.
Now, yes, the Mithraians are trying to make their own bat families. Thomas he takes right after his mentor. Hawk, before you get in your car to head out for the night, you do see Laurent's Bentley swing in, pick up Vesper, and then roll right back out again. He does not seem to notice you for 1 second.
That's fine. That's fine. Everything's fine. That's fine. He watches. Go ahead. Sorry.
Effigy leans over.
No, go ahead.
Maybe write them a nice note and give it to Vesper asking to meet.
I mean, I have his phone number. I can just text him.
But it
You can.
carries more personality.
Look at this. Effigy already setting himself up to be your wingman, Hawk.
He is a certain type of person that would not look twice at me, so there's no point. But I do appreciate the suggestion. I might look into it, but for the time being,
Let's work on giving them a reason to look.
it's true.
So, Effigy, how are you getting back to the Nosferatu clan haven when all's said and done? Are you going to catch a ride with Hawk? Are you going to attempt the tunnels?
I mean, if you need me to, I'll drive you.
That would be accommodating. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just let me know where it is. I've never been invited to the clan haven before, so I don't know where it is in the city.
Well, what a coincidence, because this is the first time the Nosferatu have had a clan haven in the city since Burke's regime.
Oh.
So Effigy would guide you to the Philadelphia Fright Factory, which looks to be a place where they do haunted houses and sell accessories for scare actors, things like that. It is a very true to form Nosferatu haven. But that brings us over to Thomas and Drew. As you both climb into Baby and head back to the haven for the evening, any thoughts that you'd like to express to Drew, Thomas? Or Drew, do you have any thoughts you'd like to express to Thomas?
Yeah, Thomas is going to, glance at Drew. You did rather well interacting. You just need to remember not to share too much.
I didn't share about the magic.
Which is good. So sometimes people get curious about the not remembering things and they get nosy.
Oh.
Everything in its time.
How much do we tell them then?
Little, just surface things. Enough to let them think they know what they know.
Okay.
Anyways.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
They brought up the accounting. I'm not expected to be with you at family events. Correct?
Correct.
Thomas, you would also know that she's not even expected to show up at every coterie meeting. She has just been oathed into the coterie so that during her accounting with you, you can better keep an eye on her. But she is not. She is somebody that will be around, but not somebody who is formally counted as a member of the coterie, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
I am
As
officially a hangers-on.
As needed or for comedic purposes.
Yeah. AKA as Giday's schedule allows.
Yes. When you are not with me, you will be taking lessons where you will be needed.
Ah, yes. More alone time with the Grand Madame.
Madame Delbert did not even say hi.
I imagine he's a busy man.
Yes.
AKA Einar forgot. Oops.
He does also seem to have another responsibility to be concerned for.
Damn, those pauses speak volume. Those pauses.
I mean, my brain initially went problem child, but that's just me.
That is
Thomas is
unfortunate.
working on being nicer, by the way.
What's that true?
That is unfortunate. He already has rather a lot to see to.
We do as we get older and gain more power, we also gain more responsibility.
Tis true.
Tonight, I think I would like to spend some time with you. Will you tell me about botany? Tell me about the plants, Drew.
Her face just like cracks in half with a smile. Okay, the special ones or the normal ones?
Any plant you want to tell me about.
Okay. And she's just gonna drag him, like, into her room, which is half frickin' garden center, and start talking about all of the carnivorous plants on the shelf.
Thomas is just going to smile as he listens to her.
Just
And
info dump.
And at that, we are going to draw our session to a close. We are going to take a moment, go around the table, introduce ourselves, who we are, where we can be found. So we are going to start off with Vesper. Vesper, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hi, howdy, hello. My name is Shazi, and I'm the person behind the persona of Samantha Vesper Nocturne. My real handle is down here below. It's going to be at brat.khalifa. If you can't find that, it's probably Brat Khalifa, all one word. I can be found on TikTok, Instagram, let's see, Reels, Blue Sky, anywhere you want to find me. Please tell me that didn't cut out.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, goodness.
Thomas. Dear Thomas, who are you? Where can we find you?
My name is Kit. You can find me mostly on TikTok. Kitsune_charms on TikTok. Anywhere else, it's Kitsune Charms, one word. If you can't find me somewhere, then I'm not there. And I'm dropping new Thomas content every day.
We are going to keep things moving right along to Mr. Castillo. Who are you? Where can we find you?
Hello, my name is Nico, and I'm the person behind the very interesting individual known as Hawk or Zero. And you can find me at Touch of Goblin at any location that I want to be found. So if you can't find me, I'm not on it, or I don't want you to find me there. So
And moving along to Effigy.
Hello. My name is. Everybody here calls me Humble. My original TikTok account. I am now back on TikTok under Jeremy_P Hills. I also am on Instagram under that handle. I write tabletop RPGs on itch.io and DM Guild under Chemical Rabbit, free instead of an E. And that's about it. Have a good day.
And on to my wonderful partner in crime and fellow storyteller here at Philly by Night.
Hello there. It is me, GoodDayFX, on TikTok and on Instagram. You can find me at G'day_FX. On the tube of you and where the skies are blue, it is GoodDayFX, all put together. You don't get to see my face today because my disability is disabling me. So we're just going to keep it like that for now. And I was both Prince Alicia Sexton and Drew Drakonov.
And I, as always, am your humble ST Einar. You can find me just about anywhere I want you to be able to find me at Einar_TTRPG, or you can find me over at Blue Sky at InStars Orbit. Thank you all so much for coming out. Big thank you to our players for sticking through the first session. We've got a lot of great stuff in store for you this season. Have a wonderful night, and remember, just because we play monsters does not mean we can't be the light in somebody's world. Have a great night and stay safe.